Well, hello friends and neighbors. John, your whiskey neighbor here. Welcome to my backyard. We're having a nice late summer heat wave here, and I'm about to go into the office tomorrow full time again. And I thought, you know what, Sunday, let's talk Scotch. So today I want to talk about a Glengoyne 12-year-old. This is my thoughts on, it is a Highland Scotch, right on the bottom of the Highlands. This will be their 12-year-old bottle.
3, 4.
Thanks for joining with me through the intro there. It was actually tough to find a place to set up here. All the light seems to be shifting around and it's quite warm. So being on the deck is not really an option. I thought, well, why not? We'll sit in, try to catch some shade under an apple tree and talk a little bit about Scotch. As I said in the intro, this is Glengoyne. This is their 12-year-old release. What's nice about Glengoyne is, I think they're always natural color. At least the few bottles that I've picked up have. Now this one does mention natural color, but it doesn't mention whether it's chill filtered. So I always assume if it doesn't clearly say, then it's been chill filtered. It is released at 43%. And just reading right on the bottle, it talks about being in their signature sherry wood and their ex-bourbon cask. So it's clearly both ex-sherry and ex-bourbon. And I had actually shied away from shooting this because I was looking to compare it with a bottle that's hard for me to find. But we'll talk about comparisons after. We'll just talk about what we get out of the Glengoyne 12-year-old. This is a fairly light and fresh nose. Quite a bit of lemon, citrus. But some fruits come out pretty quick. It's apple, the orchard fruits, but there's a little bit more fruit. A sweeter fruit, something like green grapes, right? That kind of sweet grape nose a little bit. Yeah, very sweet. Light vanilla, honey, green grapes, like high fruit sugar sweetness, and a little bit of lemon. See how it tastes. Sláinte. Palate brings out a little more caramels, some spicing, maybe some oak spicing or wood spicing, I'm not sure, but it perks up a little bit in the mouth. Stays fairly sweet. Early finish does bring in some oak, but it's a little bit of bitterness in sort of the mid finish. We'll keep talking, but it usually fades for me. Oh, and there in the finish, a little bit of light chocolates. Yeah, lemon, white grape, vanilla. Oh, slight bit of nut. Palate's a little darker. Really has some peppering, some spicing. Yeah. And eventually finishes clean. It's got a bit of something in the mid finish that's a little bit not great for me. So this Glengoyne 12, I had thought before I picked it up, I don't know what because I had a Glengoyne cask strength, which was just ex-sherry. So I was expecting stronger sherry throughout this release. It's present in sort of the depth of fruiting, and maybe a little bit of chocolates in the palate, in the end of the palate or the beginning of the finish. But I was expecting stronger sherry. It's there, definitely there. But it's nicely balanced with some fresh ex-bourbon casking. This is still fairly affordable by market, so I feel like it's a good dram. It's hard for me to give it a star value. I lately, because of what I got it for, I would give it an extra point just for being affordable. but it's probably 3.5, 3 3/4 star, kind of in that range for me. But I'm happy to have it. It's nice and light. Earlier I was suggesting I was waiting on this, and I was because I thought I'd like to compare it to Glendronach, but that would have been really heavy sherry and probably not a good comparison. So as I was, coming outside here, I thought, well, why don't I shoot a couple of thoughts against the Bunnahabhain 12-year-old. Now, I know it's an Islay Scotch, but this is not peated. And this is, ex-bourbon and ex-sherry as well. It's natural color and unchill filtered, and it's a bit stronger at 46%. But in my market, they're actually priced very similar. Let's see what we get. This nose is richer, darker red fruits. And the palate. Continues that. A little less spicing, even though it's stronger alcohol, and more chocolates, leathered fruits. Yeah. And good malt, a bit of malt sugars coming through there. So in this comparison, I actually like the Bunnahabhain 12 a fair amount more, but no regrets on the Glengoyne. It's a nice dram, be a good summer dram, because it has that balance of orchards and citrus, kind of coming from the ex-bourbon or the Highland slow distillation. I know they brag about being one of the slowest distillations, or the slowest distillations. Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's funny coming back from a dram that's a little heavier sherried. I'm getting those notes in here now. A little bit of red fruiting with the other fruits. Well, a nice dram. I don't know if this light worked, but I don't think I'll shoot again. Hope you guys have a great Sunday and a good work week coming up. Take care.